Check. Sorry, Lions. Sorry, Lions. Oh, check one, 2. Can you guys put the thumbs up? Let me see if you guys can hear me. Make sure you guys can hear me. Oh, yeah, you guys can hear me. We in the building. Let's get the instrumental going in the background. Listen. Welcome, everybody. It's your man, RTP. Skull Gang in the building. Here with the Pewter and Red podcast. Listen. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. This was all coaching. This was all coaching, man. This was a hell of a coaching job by Todd Bowles. Hell of a matter of fact, round of applause for Coach Bowles. Round of applause for Coach Bowles. Last week, we hooted and hollered and praised the offense and was infatuated with what the offense did for us. This year, it's the defense. This week, it's the defense. So, and that, give me that close up. That is a mark of a good team. 1 week, offense is carrying the load. Next week, defense is carrying the load. Listen. I knew, especially coming off of last year, I knew we could beat the Lions, right? And that's not to say that I thought, oh, the Lions aren't what everyone thinks they are. No, the Lions are what everyone thinks they are. And even this year, I said it in halftime. I said, even this year, I truly believe the Lions are Super Bowl contenders. I think it's going to be between them and the 49ers. I truly believe it's between those two teams. There's really nobody else. The Eagles should be in that talk, but after seeing the Eagles week 1, I can already tell the Eagles are going to collapse like they did last year. I can already see it. The Eagles started off where they left off last year. They're not the coaching and everything. I'm not saying they're bad, but I don't know what's going on in that locker room. I don't know what that dynamic or that locker room is, how that dynamic is, but I can already see it. It's not going to go well. Jalen Hurts is slowly declining and slowly, like, the NFL's catching up to what he was doing, and now he doesn't look so special anymore. I'm already putting the Eagles out of it. I'm not saying the Eagles are a pushover. I'm not saying the Eagles are not going to be in the playoffs or nothing like that. They're still a decent, good team. But I think the Eagles are taking a step back where the 49ers are still in the same place and where I believe the Lions have taken a step up, which is a good enough step to challenge the 49ers, which technically you can say they challenged them last year too. And they kind of beat them last year, and then they had their coaching kind of let them lose that game. But no one was looking or even thinking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Nobody thought about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I told everybody. I wasn't hyped. After last year, I wasn't hyped because, especially when we signed Baker, I'm like, I already know what Baker's ceiling's like, whatever. But then we had the off season. And when we had the off season, we brought everybody back, and I was like, okay, that gives me hope. At least I know we'll be in contention for the division, maybe even make a run like we did last year, win a playoff game, whatever. Then we had the draft, and I said, you know what? I really, really, really like our draft because the way we're set up with Luke Gedeke and Tristan Wirfs, and now if Barton is what everyone thinks he is, and we saw a glimpse of what he can be in training camp and preseason, if he is what we think he can be and our run game can be as good as we think our run game can be, we might actually have took a step forward with the Lions and now be with the Lions and the 49ers and throw our hat in contention with being a Super Bowl contender. It could be possible. Fast forward, week 1 happens. We talked about that. If you want to see what we said after week 1, it's in the archive. Go look it up. We talked about it. Week 2 comes and we know we got the Lions. We know we have the Lions. I know that the Lions are a good team. They play the Rams. They edged out the Rams. The Rams aren't a slouch either. The Rams, they might not have the talent that everybody knows, but they have the scheme and they have a good coach. They have a good coach that has that team prepared to play against anybody, period. So the Rams are no pushover either. I don't think they're contenders, but they're no pushover either. So I can see week 1, plus they're no pushovers. They gave Detroit a run for their money. I'm looking at Detroit like I believe now that they have Carlton Davis, because again, I'm not one of these fans that's like, oh, Carlton Davis is not on our team. He was trash anyways. We're not gonna, we're better without him. I'm not one of those fans. I speak the truth, whether it hurts or whether it doesn't. I know Carlton Davis going over there was gonna put a chip on his shoulder. And he was going to be he's going to be a really good corner for them, just like he was for us. The problem with us, he got too comfortable. He already won a Super Bowl with us. He got the bag with us. We already went a couple of years after the Super Bowl. He got too confident. He got too comfortable, not confident. He got too comfortable. That's why I was like, he had a bad season with us. I wasn't mad with us trading him because I think it was the right thing. McCollum was emerging. And again, he was getting too comfortable, letting plays happen that shouldn't be happening. Let him go with the Lions. I knew he was going to be good for the Lions. And they drafted another guy. They're fixing their secondary. That was their biggest weakness. The Lions are up there. They're going to be a better team. I'm ready for the fight, though. I see what we did week 1. I know what my team is. I'm ready for the Lions fight. I'm not going to hold you. I'm ready. I'm ready. This is a big game so we can show where we're at. This is a big game to show where we're at. And then the injuries started sprinkling in. All of a sudden, Kalijah was from last week, but Kalijah was ruled out. Then all of a sudden, we already knew because of last week again, Antoine Winfield was already ruled out. But all of a sudden, Luke Gedeke. Whoa, wait a minute. Luke Gedeke. What happened to Luke Gedeke? What happened to Luke? Zion McCollum, concussion. Well, where did that come from? That came from last week, actually, as well. We already knew that. But there was just like, where these injuries started piling up, and I'm like, oh, man. We might not have Zion, which would have been big, and we might not have Luke Gedeke, which was probably going to be big. And after that, I said, you know what, man? This game went from let's see where we stand to let's see how we fight. Let's see how big of a fight we put up. And that's on me. That's on me. I'm not going to lie. And we come out here and offensively, the announcers try to make it a big deal. Oh, they haven't scored a touchdown in 20-something games on their first drive. I didn't care about none of that. We went down the field, scored. We should have had a touchdown. I was mad that we didn't get a touchdown because we should have had a touchdown. If Baker would have just throw it over the top instead of throwing it straight, throw it over the top, boom, easy throw, touchdown. We didn't get the touchdown, but we got the field goal, whatever. Then we get an interception. I get it. It was a bad call, bad no call by the refs, whatever, it happens. There was a couple of no calls that I thought should have been called. That was one of them that should have been called. It wasn't called. We got interception. We get 3 points from that too. It is what it is. It's the game. You keep playing. So offensively, I wanted to do better, but I wasn't mad at what we were doing offensively, especially in the first half, right? Again, running the ball, obviously we wanted to do better running the ball, but after we found out that Rashad was hurt, I know my coaching staff, they're not going to just sit him down. Can you go? You can go. All right, let's keep going. And it was starting to hurt our run game. It is what it is. But offensively, I think we played playoff ball, right? We tried not to put it in harm's way. We tried to take what they gave us. And again, Baker, once again, looked comfortable. There was times where he was in the pocket and he looked like he was getting antsy. And then it seemed like he would like calm himself down, like, calm down, calm down. Is there anybody open? And like it really was like he was doing that. Like he would get there and be like, okay, and then okay, calm down, look downfield, see if there's anybody open. No, there's nobody open, and then he would like, okay, then just go. Like he was calming himself down as he was getting antsy, and he would calm himself down. I could see it. I like how Baker played. Offense I did feel like there was veteranship when it comes to the OC, right? There was things that we did that was like, good. But I do feel like we could have maybe took some more shots. Now, I got to watch the All-22, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm probably not. I got to watch the All-22 to be able to really be like, yeah, we could have took more shots. They were playing this type of defense, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do all that. I don't care. Because really, I'm going to say this. We were, from the beginning of that game, we were the better team. Plain and simple. We were the better team from the beginning of that game. You could feel it. You could feel like you were the better team. We felt like we were the better coached team. You could see that we had the better coaches. You could see that we had the more talent. We were the better team in that game. Halftime comes. I said what I said about halftime. We're feeling good. And then we hear what we hear about Vita Vea. And I'm not going to lie, it drained me. As soon as I heard big, I hear the announcer big, or the lady in the field, big loss as far as player and as far as motivational or whatever she was saying. Big loss. And I'm like, please. All I kept thinking was, please be the Lions. Please be the Lions. Please be the Lions. And then she said, Vita Vea for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I said, oh my God. Knee, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I know the press conference is going on right now. So maybe Todd Bowles gave more detail what's going on with the knees. If you guys know, put it in the comment section. But when I heard that, I was like, oh man. And right away the announcer's like, the Lions need to start running the ball. They need to start running the ball. And I'm like, yeah, they're going to. Wait for that information to hit that sideline. They're going to start running the ball. And they did, but not really. They were getting some gashes here and there, but they were also putting themselves behind the chains here and there as well. This coaching staff, this defense, just played so. Bro, Tyke Smith, first rookie. This is Izian's second year as an undrafted. McCollum, is this McCollum's? I think this is McCollum's third year. First year as a starter. It's either his third or, yeah, it's got to be his third. Because last year had to have been his second because his rookie year he didn't do nothing. So this has got to be his third year as a starter. Even Servassier. It was funny because the announcer was like, I feel like we've been calling McCollum's name all day. Tyke Smith's been all over the field all day. Servassier, he's not even a starter. He's already got 7 tackles. He's been all over the field. Tackle for loss for Servassier. And I'm like, bro, it's everybody. Izian, crucial interception by Izzy. Izzy has been big plays by Izzy. It's Levante David. It's everybody. It's everybody. This defense, and again, there is no way that you can watch this game and say that Todd Bowles coached a hell and had a hell of a game plan for this defense, bro. Because we were on everything. First of all, did I not tell you guys? Did I not sit here and tell you guys? Everybody keeps saying McCollum CB2, McCollum CB2, McCollum CB2. He's CB1. I told you guys. McCollum is CB1. He is our best corner. Easily. He has the highest ceiling out of everybody. Out of Jamel, who has a higher ceiling than Carlton. He never reached that ceiling, but he got as good as Carlton. And McCollum has an even higher ceiling than Jamel, and I think he's going to reach his ceiling. But he's CB1. I said it since training camp. I've been saying this. He's not CB2. McCollum is CB1. And not only that, do you not see? I'm not just saying that because I believe how much better he is than Jamel. Do you not see Jamel still in CB2 on that left side? And McCollum is playing where Carlton was. McCollum is CB1. Period. And he showed it today. Boy, oh boy, did he show it today. No matter who it was, no matter if it was St. Ahmad, no matter if it, whoever it was, that boy was breaking on, bro. That's the biggest difference and the reason why his ceiling is bigger than Jamel and he way bigger than Carlton's. First of all, he is as fast and as long. Jamel and Carlton are both long. Carlton is not as fast as Jamel. McCollum is as fast as Jamel and as long as Jamel and Carlton and more athletic, and his hands are better. And I believe he's smarter too. I don't know that for sure, but I believe he's smarter too. That man is going, and the other thing is, we've seen it today. It's not just that, oh, he's good at covering and he got good hands when the ball is there, but he's dangerous to throw at. That is the key. He is dangerous to throw at. That man should have 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions. He should have 3 interceptions in this game. One of them, he did get an interception. Again, the refs missed the call, but it is what it is. He missed a call on us too, which was that 3rd down play that we got to Jalen McMillan on Carlton Davis. That should have been a PI too, but they missed that call too. It happens. But he got that interception. He had another interception in him. Luckily, that wide receiver put his hand in there and ripped it out as he was falling down. He jumped it, dived, caught that interception. That is the key to Zion, is he's dangerous to throw at, bro. That is going to make, you know what that's going to do? It's going to help the D-line. Because with Jamel, with Carlton, especially Carlton, Jamel's a little bit better than Carlton, but especially Carlton, it's one-on-one, take the shot. He probably, even if he's in good position, he's probably not going to intercept the ball. Jamel is like 50-50. Take the shot. But what McMillan, you have to be open. If you're not open, he's going to pick it off. If he got it, he's going to pick it off. And that's going to make the quarterback say, I don't think he's going to be open. Let me hold on to the ball. Boop! There goes Joe Tryon. There goes Braswell. There goes Yaya. So that's going to help the D-line for sure. But him, Tyke Smith, Izzy, they were all breaking on balls. Jordan Whitehead, shout out Jordan Whitehead, had a big game. I think he had like 2 or 3 tackle for losses. Jordan Whitehead had a big. He should have had an interception. Another one. He should have 2 interceptions. One from last week and this week. But he got 0. But this defense, again, don't get me wrong, the offense did their job. They did their job. They should have did better, but they did their job. I wish they would have closed it out with their last possession, but they didn't. And it's funny because I'm not even mad at that 3rd down play because that's literally the play I called in my mind. I said they should play action and throw it real quick to Mike Evans for a quick slant. Put Mike Evans, isolate him by himself. I was saying either do that or actually call a passing play and a passing play where Baker takes off running and get the 1st down. Just if that one play is wide open, throw it. If it's not there, pull your eyes down, look at everything, take off running. Try to get a 1st down. And if you don't get a 1st down, you don't get a 1st down, so what? We keep the ball. They got to burn the timeout. So I was not mad. That was literally the play that they did was the play that I actually called for. I just wish Baker would have understood it's not there. Just go down instead of actually throwing in and getting it batted down. Whatever. It is what it is. Defense still showed up. This defense, bro. Again, we had in the first half the possession where they went 3 and out after we just scored a touchdown. They went 3 and out. Fake the punt. Go 3 and out again. Go for it on 4th down. They get it on 4th down again. They go 3 and out again. This defense played so great today. They were so prepared. They were so locked in. And then after we lost Vita Vea, they still locked it down. Now, we obviously did not have the push up the middle like we did when Vita Vea was there. It was big difference. We had no push up the middle. But, again, they would gash us here and there. We don't have Vita Vea. But we were still able to stop the run and be stout on the run, pretty stout on the run. Man, let's get to some of these comments. There's so many people commenting right now. Let's get to some of these comments. We got Bucs, Rays, Bolts in the building. We got Jameer in the building. Professor X in the building. Let's go, Bucs for life. We in here. Tom Bowles was on one today. Yes, he was. Professor X in the building. We said this is without 3-4 starters, and I hope Vita Vea isn't hurt bad. Yes, I know. NY Phenom in the building. We get healthy on D. We Super Bowl bound. Shout out to Chris Godwin. Yes, Chris Godwin was eating. Chris Godwin was eating today. And again, this is why we are deadly. This is why this offense is always deadly. This is why I believe we have the best 1-2 punch in the NFL. In the NFL, we have the best 1-2 punch. I will say this: Waddle and Tyreek, they're close, but Waddle don't hold up his end. He doesn't. I'm not saying he's bad. He can't do it like Chris Godwin can. If they completely take away Tyreek, Waddle can't take over a game like Chris Godwin can. That's why we have the best 1-2 punch in the NFL. Period. You took away Mike Evans. If the only way you could take away Mike Evans is if you give enough assets. You have to help with a safety over top and follow him, somebody underneath, and you might even need to add a 3rd guy. And when you do that, Chris Godwin is just going to eat. Chris Godwin can take over a game, and we saw that today. Shout out to Chris Godwin. Professor X, don't worry about them stats. It'll get them. Yeah? Oh, facts. Andrew Johnson in the building. Let's go. Amber Lowe in the building. Defense MVP McCollum. Yes. Alvin Martinez in the building. That's what I said. Yes. Don't sleep. Bucs shouldn't be on the list. Baker, 12 for 19, 1 TD, 1 interception, 185, 5 carries, 34 yards, 1 TD. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Do better. 40 yards combined running backs. Yeah, man. This is all defense. 7 catches, 117 yards, 1 TD. Mike Evans, 3 catches, 42 yards. All right, all right. Jay McMillan, 1 catch, 21 yards. Okay, okay. Big Al in the building. Big Al in the building. What's up, RTP? Skull game. You know what time it is. Ugly win, but a win is a win. I wouldn't even say this is an ugly win. I wouldn't even say this is an ugly win. You know why? Real quick. To me, an ugly win is both sides of the ball are fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and scratching and clawing. Our offense was scratching and clawing. But our defense was in control of this game, bro. Our defense controlled this whole game. From start to finish, our defense... Matter of fact, yeah, they scored a touchdown. Our defense controlled this whole game. Straight up. So, even though it was clawing from our offense, to me, this was a very good win because the offense did just enough to do their job, and the defense controlled the game and said, we'll put it away. I can see why people might say it's an ugly win, and if you want to call it an ugly win, then you could call it an ugly win. But in my opinion, I thought it was a beautiful looking win because defense put the team on their back, and they controlled the whole game. Shout out to the young defensive guys. Yes, the youngsters. The youngsters did it. Servassier was huge. Even the D-line. Joe Tryon and Yaya. Listen, this wasn't they weren't doing what Hutchinson was doing. Hutchinson killed our offense. And that was the other thing. That's the other reason why I'm not going crazy over Bake or even really saying anything about the offense. Scully pretty much was getting killed by Hutchinson, and honestly, I never expected him. I expected him to get killed a few times, but not like that. There's no way that we play them again and that happens again. No way, no way. So our one matchup that wasn't favorable because of injury was really taken advantage of more than usual. Like, I don't care what team you are, your backup shouldn't perform that bad. And I don't know why he performed that bad, but I guarantee that won't happen again if we play. I don't care if it's him. I don't care if it's Scully again. There's no way that performance happens again. But Izien, Tyke, McMillan, Servassier, just the youngsters, man. Shout out to Chris Godwin. We may have to pay the man. I hope so. I hope so. Tyke, Zion, Dennis, even JTS was doing his thing. Yes, even JTS, and that's what I was going to say about the D-line. We weren't really like, oh, beat the guy, and then we got there. We wasn't doing what Hutchinson was doing to us. But we were putting a clock on Golf. We were putting a clock on Golf. He had a clock in his head because it was like, boom, okay, I'm not under pressure, but I'm not going to be able to sit here because eventually they're going to get here pretty good. And once they get loose, because they're really hustling and fighting, and once they get loose, that acceleration, whether you're talking about Yaya or JTS, they coming fast. Once they get, so they might get blocked. Okay, I'm blocked, but they're going to keep fighting. And once they get loose, time is up. You better have gotten rid of that ball. So they were doing their job. We would like better pressure, but it was definitely good enough, and they were doing their job. Let's keep going. Diggleman in the building. Zion is good. That was my only question coming into the season. He answered today. Did he not? Did he not? And we're talking about Saint Ahmad. We're talking about Saint Ahmad Brown. I think that's his name, right? Saint Ahmad Brown or Saint Brown Ahmad, one of the two. We're talking about him. and he was breaking on the ball. Like they had no answer. They could not get past these defenders, bro. They couldn't. Seth Alexander in the building. We beat a very good team, great team win. Yes, 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 yes. Agreed, 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 agreed. I told you we've been drafting ball hawks. Now look at Tyke Smith. Facts. And right now, this is year one. I guarantee you he's going to be better next year because everything's going to slow down even more. I guarantee you all this motioning is making the game go too fast for a little bit for him. Because you can see it. You can see when they don't motion or when he gets it, like when he's getting it, and how when he plays fast, and you can see the speed difference when he's thinking. So this is year one in the system. Next year, when it's year two and he knows the system like the back of his hands, and trust me, he's going to. I got high hopes for Tyke. I got high hopes for Tyke. When he knows the system like the back of his hands and he's able to play fast no matter what, even when they're doing motioning, whoo, we're going to be talking about that man too. Buck Crazy in the building. Let's go. Skull Gang in the building. You already know what time it is, man. Buck Nation. Shout out Buck Nation in the building. I kept all receipts from Detroit. Skull Gang. You already know what time it is, baby. Skull Gang in the building. Climactic. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Listen. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button, man. I just want to point out, if you didn't know, we are in current times watching the #1 and #2 all-time receiver with Evans and Godwin 100. Let that sink in for a minute. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. Big Al. Big Al says, Baker Mayfield, that's my QB in T.O. crying voice. LOL. Statement win. Yes. 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 Statement win. Yes. I agree. Statement win. I agree. Statement win. Let's go back. It looks like the press conference is over. We're going to watch some of this press conference. I see you, Legend. Hold on real quick. What's going on with this? Hold on. Let me just get this loaded up. This press conference 1 minute ago. There you go. All right. Let's see. Till the legend in the building. My boy Till in the building. My boy Till's in the building. We like that. You heard me? Good win for y'all too. NFC South back. Facts. And now I'm glad you said that, because I was about to say something right now. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I was going to say something right now. All right, man, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to say it, man. I'm going to say it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm tired of people speaking down on the South. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm tired of people speaking down on the NFC South. Oh, it's an easy division, da-da-da. And listen, as much as I want y'all to be trash, right? As much as I want y'all to be trash and want to win this division easily, there's a small part of me that's like, good for y'all. Good for y'all that y'all beat the Cowboys. We over here, we beat the Lions. Like, can y'all stop talking trash about the South? Now, can the rest of the NFL stop looking down on the South and act like we're trash? Because this is what I said last year. This is what I said last year in the offseason. I said, I know about the Bucs. I've been saying what I've been saying about the Bucs and about the talent that we have. But low key, the Falcons and the Saints are like a player or two from not championship or anything like that. Don't get it twisted. But from not being boo-boo, basically. From actually being someone where you're like, hey, they're no slouch. We got to come in here and actually play a good game. They're a player or two away from that. Or maybe a coach away from that. And as much as Falcons did bad and Saints did okay and the Bucs did okay, I knew why and how easily we can go from they're okay to they're a problem. And I hope that the rest of the NFL understands it and sees it. Like, okay, the Saints might be a problem. We know they should know the Bucs are a problem now. If they still don't know the Bucs are a problem, I don't know what to tell you, bro. We went in there hurt. We went in there hurt. Real hurt. Come on, man. Anyways, congratulations to your win. I'll even drop some bombs. We ain't getting no hand claps and no cheering, but I'll drop a bomb for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Saints. They mollywopped the Cowboys. I ain't gonna hold you. They mollywopped the Cowboys. I didn't really watch the game. I just seen that score keep going up and up and up. They mollywopped the Cowboys. Now I don't know. It made me like, because the Cowboys I don't think are good, but I don't think they're trash either. I don't think this game should have went like this. You know what I'm saying? The Panthers, I was like, I'm not even looking at that game. I don't even care what that game looked like. I don't care how many points they scored. It was the Panthers. I don't care about none of that. I don't care if they barely beat the Panthers or they really whooped on the Panthers. I don't care. It's the Panthers. This game, they shouldn't have whooped on the Cowboys like that. So now I'm like, okay, I got to watch the Saints. I got to see what's going on. I got to see what's going on, man. I got to see what's going on. But, again, I'm glad that people are noticing now. The Saints, okay. Bucs, okay. And now if the Falcons get their crap together, then maybe the South is completely back. I don't know, but it is what it is. But I really don't care. Professor X in the building. 1 and 2 all-time in receiving yards, Bucs history. Yeah, on the same team at the same time is insane. Same here. Tampa Bay Rays fan in the building. Nice dub for the Bucs. Yes, it is. It is definitely a nice dub for the Bucs. We're gonna get in here. Let's go ahead and we're gonna watch this. Todd Bowles presser. Let's see what Todd Bowles has to say. Let's see if we can find it. Here we go. All right. Ryan Clark in the building. What up, Ryan Clark? Facts. I don't do roundtables no more, bro. I can't handle it no more. Bowles, get up in there. What you gotta say?
Evening.
We got Bowles and Baker. Describe the feeling of this locker room.
We showed a lot of fight. That's a great team over there. We know they're a great team. They're a little undermanned. We were a little undermanned. It got us to 2-0. It was a big win, but it's 2-0. My message was, enjoy the night, enjoy the flight back. We grade the tape tomorrow morning. We got to move on to Denver. We won
and it was away game.
And you see what happened after that. So we understand that. We're happy we won.
That crowd was rocking.
Herculean effort on a lot of guys when a lot of guys went down, and we're pleased with the win. Not yet. I'm sure he has a knee, but I got to see what it is.
How did it feel to finally come away with some interceptions? The young guys stepped up and played extremely well, created turnovers. How did that feel to see those guys?
Well, Zion and Izzy got one. Between that and the red zone on defense, that was the tail of the tape right there. We were pretty good in the red zone. We were pretty good. We won the turnover battle, I think. They made a lot of plays. It was a fight till the end, and we made the plays to win the game.
Yep.
He's a hell of a player. You see the same thing that you always see. We tried chipping him. We tried to do a lot of things. He makes plays. He made our life miserable over there. Hats off to him, and we still stuck together and fought it out and got the win.
You reflect on Baker's day, really efficient in the passing game and some clutch runs as well.
did a heck of a job using his legs and then getting open, finding Chris for some third down wins right there that kept some drives going for us, and we needed every one of them.
That touchdown after they scored a touchdown was so huge. And that was all Baker, bro. That was all Baker.
So close. Just what can you say about the way those two stepped up today, especially with some new pieces in the secondary?
Thought they did a heck of a job. All the underneath guys, Levante, Sarasi, KJ, they get a lot of yards after catch, and we try to limit as much as we can. St. Brown's a hell of a receiver. They got a lot of guys that can catch and run over there, including Gibbs. And for the most part, we got them on
Jonathan.
the ground.
Give me
we
some
missed a
time.
few,
Hold on.
but we made the play at the end.
Members of the coaching staff and front office that actually had tears in their eyes leaving the press box. Just how big of a victory was this for your team today?
You let me know who they are. I'll find them. There's no crying in football on week 2. I'm gonna find out.
Wait. Hold on. What happened?
I'm gonna find out who they are. I'll find.
Was this for your just how big of a victory was this for your team today?
You let me know who they.
That actually had tears in their eyes.
For the most part, we got them on the ground. We missed a few, but we made the play at the end.
Members of the coaching staff and front office that actually had tears in their eyes leaving the press box. Just how big of a victory was this for your team today?
You let me know who they are. I'll find them. There's no crying in football on week 2. I'm gonna find out.
So basically, I don't know if she's lying, pun intended, or not, talking about coaches crying on the sideline for this victory. I like what he said. Well, you let me know who they are. I'm gonna find out who they are. Ain't no crying on football. No dang week 2 over here crying for a week 2 victory. Ain't none of that. Doing too much.
We handcuffed them a little bit, but we understand we have to play with injuries. We knew Gedeke was going to be down. We tried some things, and Hutchinson overcame quite a few of them, but we made the plays at the end.
How about Baker's ability to not only escape pressure, but then
You just ask the same questions.
Well, he had the wherewithal. He knows when to get down. He knows when the pocket's clean for him to throw and when to run. Like I said, you got to have a feel for that. He has a great feel for that, and that's part of his game that helps our offense be better, and we like it.
Is that a call quarterback draw from Liam?
That was a call from Liam. That was something we saw that was a design play, and Baker carried it out.
That's what I thought.
117 receiving yards in the first half.
That's what I thought.
Catch in the second half. What was
Great play. And a great eyes by the coaching staff to see that, to say they're accessible for that. We can do that on them.
Well, we didn't have a lot of time to throw in the second half, and some of the times in the first half, when Baker scrambled and used his legs, Chris got free, and he found him on a few plays, and they had that connection while they were trying to double Mike over there, and they made some plays. In the second half, it was a lot tougher.
Coach, he's talking about Gibbs and Uncle Joe. Can you speak on that tandem of him and David Montgomery and just how they're able to be successful? Like, what is it like trying to contain those two?
It's tough. It's one of the best tandems in the league. They got a 1-2 punch right there. When you got Montgomery, who's very good inside as well as outside, but he can run over you as well as around you. You got Gibbs with a great amount of speed that can run inside and outside. He's not just a speed guy, and he's a heck of a receiver as well. Both of them are, and it makes life difficult.
Do you see any difference between an offensive line? Do you see any difference between the team you guys played last year compared to today?
I mean, they're still a good team. Last year they made more plays than us. We made enough plays today to win the game.
Talking about making plays, I know you touched on it a little bit, but what else can you add about your team's on raise on defense today?
It was tough. It was gritty. It took a lot of guys. It took a lot of effort. They played on the same page. They understood the assignment. They carried it out. They made some great underneath tackles to save us some touchdowns and have them kick field goals.
How fortunate did you feel at the time late in the first half where they had confusion, led to a runoff, and then it was really significant at the end because they needed a touchdown?
I mean, it was fortunate for us, obviously. I'm glad it was us. It wasn't us instead of them. And, those things happen in football. You got to make those type of plays, and I'm sure they'll bounce back.
You call up CJ, you call up Mike for the game, and then in the second half, you really had to rely on them. So the interior part of that line, how did they do?
I know they fought hard. I'll look at the tape to critique everything, but I know they fought hard, and we don't have any more guys to call up, so they better stay healthy.
How far Luke was able to progress through the concussion protocol this past week? Will he be in play this coming week?
Not at this time, I don't know.
Coach, were you surprised to see Dan Campbell be okay with kicking field goals early in the game, even within the 5-yard line, or do you think they might be looking to go there?
I mean, I don't know. We just play ball and play defense, and whatever they do, they do. Dan's a hell of a coach, and he's a hell of a person. I've known him for a long time, and we kick field goals, they kick field goals. It was a tightly fought contest.
Yeah.
The biggest factor that led to forcing them to settle for field goals. I mean, it took them a long time before they hit the end zone in the third quarter.
Well, getting third down stops, timely third down stops is the key.
How big was Smashy in coverage and also tackling? Those last two guys, they had 2 shots that they tried to make.
We made some tackles underneath. Those guys are hard to bring down. We didn't do it last year. St. Brown got around us for a touchdown at our place and made a conscious effort to make sure we were inside out, and they still made some runs. So, it's a tough team over there.
Would you expect them to see him again maybe in January?
Yeah.
I worry about us. If we can get there in January, I'm sure they'll be there.
Right answer. Worry about us. And if we get there, I'm sure they'll be there. That's a fact. Let's see. We got Baker Mayfield coming up. Let me find this real quick. I'll get to you guys' comments right now. Let me just get this ready. Where you at, Bake? Where you at, Bake? All right, let's get to some of these comments real quick before Baker gets going. Celebrate, but remember, we still got more. Okay, Jonathan Luke in the building. Good W for Bucs. Golf was terrible for Lions. They passed way too much, but Bucs will take the W. Yes, I do agree with that. I do feel like they did pass too much. But again, that's what happens when you have the reputation that we have, which is you can't run on us. And then they did try to run on us after Vita Vea got hurt. They did try to run on us, and they were running on us. But the thing about a Todd Bowles defense is we're going to blitz. So eventually, even though we don't get that push up the middle where we can stop you from running, if you run the wrong time, especially if you run to the wrong side, we're going to tackle you for loss. And they did that. And a few times their run game put them way behind the chains that forced them to throw again. And that's what's beautiful about Todd Bowles' defense is no matter what, we're going to have a decent run game. Now, that doesn't mean you can't gash us. You'll gash us here or there, but if you just try to stay running the ball, we're going to blitz that run and stop you from running the ball eventually. And we did it a few times that forced them to be at 2nd and long and then in 3rd and long. So, and you don't want to be in 3rd and long in a Bowles defense. Professor X says, I've been waiting for the Fire Bowles-ish 100. I was going to say we've only been the NFC South champs 3 times in a row and looking like 4. LOL. Yes, sir. What the F didn't win the NFC championship and going to the Super Bowl? Who's crying? I don't know. I think she made that up, bro. Big Al says you got to get Todd Bowles. I'm excited. Voice on the soundboard. You're right. I will have it next time. I'm gonna do it right after this show. I'm gonna look for it and put it on because I definitely need that. That's literally the epitome of this season, bro. It's been me. That's literally been me this season, and I didn't think, especially coming off of last year, I didn't think I was gonna be excited for this year. I didn't. I mean, it's the reason why this season just kind of came out of nowhere. Where the draft came out of nowhere, because I was done with football. I was like, I know who we are. If we sign Baker, I know what we're going to be, and I was just done. And then, boom, draft came, and I was like, I kind of like what's going on. And then, boom, training camp came, and I was like, I kind of like how we're looking. And by the time it was time for week 1, I felt just like Bowles. I'm excited! So I definitely got to get that. Tampa Bay Rays fan says School League got beat 5 times, but the other 4 O-line were solid. That's a fact, man. It was literally just that position, which tells me if we had Luke Gedeke, we probably would have whooped the Lions, bro. We probably would have whooped the Lions. If it was just if Luke Gedeke was there, we probably would have whooped the Lions. Let's get to Baker real quick. See what Baker had to say. Huge win, man. Huge freaking win.
Come back in this building against that football team and grind your way through a victory. What does this mean to these guys?
Yeah. You know, for starters, having a bunch of guys out, a lot of guys stepping up in a huge way, and for it to come down to critical moments in a really tight ball game and everybody stepping up is so big for everybody on this team to stick together. Obviously a different outcome than we had last time we were here, like you mentioned, but it's a new season. Still got a lot of games left, but for us, building chemistry and building this resiliency and the culture that we want, this is a huge win for us. And so we have to continue to build on that. And now there's a lot of stuff we can fix. I said it on the field after the game. That's completely on me on the last drive, not making them burn their last timeout before punting the ball. So got to be better in that aspect.
It's good, whatever.
It's always better to learn off of a win than it is a loss. So
agree.
Continue to push forward and build.
We shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. We should have had way more points. So it is what it is. Like you said, better to learn on a win.
What did you see there?
Yeah, just formationally, something Liam drew up and understanding how they cover the empty package, and made a couple guys miss, wound up cutting it back. But yeah, guys up front, it's not an easy front to block. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson has no off switch. He's never stopping. So, and like for Justin School, I want him to keep his head up. That's not an easy matchup to be able to come in there. And our tight ends did a ton of dirty work today. A lot of chips, a lot of help in the protection, and trying to make plays when we needed them. It wasn't the prettiest win by any means, but we'll take a win.
Talk about it.
Regarding Hutchinson's start, you said it was collective. There wasn't one glaring spot that was costly. Did you guys change something, or you just have to execute better to kind of keep an eye out?
Yeah, they do a good job of moving him around, and that's, good coordinators do that to where you can't just game plan one certain look, and they do a great job moving around. So yeah, we have to be on our P's and Q's, understanding where he's at protection wise, understanding what our plan is to attack it, and it's a full collective effort. And guys outside made the plays when we had time to get the ball out, and made some plays with my legs when I needed to.
How much did last year's loss here stay in your mind until you get a chance to play a team again?
You always remember your last loss of the season, especially in the playoffs. Now, whether it was extra motivation, no, I wouldn't say that. Just really looking forward to the group that we have coming back here for another run at it. And they have a lot of the same pieces. They brought in some new additions as well. It's a great challenge. Anytime on the road in an atmosphere like this against a team that's as highly competitive as they are.
When for us,
we were thinking about that they ended our season, but it wasn't a revenge game by any means. It was just it's this year. How are we going to improve? How are we going to win the big games when we need to in critical moments? And that's something that we harped on all season. So that's why it was so huge for us to come out with a win today.
What can you say about the defense and the way they had your back all day long?
Yeah. I mean, no Kalijah, no Antoine. Vita goes down halfway through. A ton of guys stepping up. I mean, the collective effort they had.
Just listen to the names he just said.
Passionate football, physical. That's not an easy group to go up against. They got a lot of weapons. They scheme it up really well. So I can't say enough about our defense, especially that fourth quarter. Bend, don't break mentality. They had to get a touchdown, and our guys understood that and executed. That's what matters.
Who called that quarterback draw for the touchdown? Was it you or Liam? And how did that feel?
Liam did. Wasn't expecting to get in the end zone from that far out, but make a couple guys miss, and good things happen.
Sorry if you've already answered this, but just what went through your mind when you saw that clock hit 0 and you realized you guys were coming away as the victors?
Yeah, just not a weight lifted off my shoulders. You think about all the work we put in, game planning, the stuff throughout the week, but all off season, the guys we brought in that really helped us out here today, the improvements that our young guys made throughout the offseason to get to these big moments and playing within themselves. And that's the big part. It took all three phases today to win this game. And so that was it. It's almost a pure joy feeling of realizing this was a team victory today. And so great feeling.
I know you just talked about the team, but I mean, you've accounted for 6 touchdowns through the first 2 games. Is this the best Baker Mayfield we've ever seen?
I'm trying to, like I mentioned last week, give the ball where the defense is going to dictate it. And so today, obviously, Liam called a great play, having Chris wide open down the sideline. So that's a great play call by him and design. and just we would like to have finished with a touchdown on a couple of those drives, but yeah, trying to let the defense dictate where the ball goes, and
Great
if I
answer,
have to make
Baker.
plays with my legs, that was a big reason of looking back at last year. There were a lot of times I could have extended some plays, keep my eyes downfield, but when I need to take advantage of it and get a few yards, just for positive, efficient plays on offense, that's important.
Baker back-to-back 11-yard runs on that scoring drive and to go ahead and score. Really seemed like a man on a mission, a man on fire out there. You're looking to that's a career long as well, career long touchdown.
Is it really 11 yards? That's so sad.
You looking to extend that in the future?
No, I'm not looking to run first by any means, but if play call is a QB draw, I'm going to try and make it work. And so for me, like I said, let the defense dictate where the ball's going to go, and if I have to make plays with my legs, do it.
Way out of those sacks, but then keeping your eyes downfield and connecting with Chris. Is there something you guys have worked on specifically with that? Because I know, and I asked you a little bit about that last week, but just with Chris specifically, is there something you've worked on with that that's allowed that to happen?
You talk about scramble drill, but it becomes second nature when you have a smart football player like Chris, and understanding what kind of man coverage they're running. And if I'm going to extend a play, he's going to see where I'm going. He's going to make a guy miss and work with me towards whatever sideline I'm going towards. And Chris is an unbelievable player, and we're very lucky to have him, but he makes those plays work. All I can do is try and extend the play, and he's got to win on his original route and then win on the second one on scramble drill, and he's got to do that all with reaction and timing. So he's unreal.
On the touchdown pass, you mentioned the play call. Did it seem to confuse them because he was wide open?
Yeah, that's the design. Liam did a great job drawing that one up. Just understanding where we were at in the field, what kind of coverages and defense they were going to call. And so he was excited about that play call. He had been talking about it all week. So it's always fun when it comes true. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that was great by Bake. A couple times they try to, Jenna try to bait him into being, talk selfish, and he's just not doing it. He's just not doing it. That's good, man. I do feel like Baker has. I do feel like Baker has. I don't want to say turn a corner, but it does seem like Baker. And I will say this: this is 2 games in a row that I liked how Baker looked. Even though he didn't have a strong game for what was going on, I liked how Baker was poised in the pocket and how he was calm. Even when he wasn't calm, he calmed himself down. So I do like that. I don't have none of the other press conferences. Yeah, but I do think he's definitely matured. I think he's definitely matured, and I think now that he has his contract, because I think he was matured last year, but I think he still felt like me against the world last year. There was still a little bit of that me against the world. And this year, it doesn't really feel like that. Again, he's been baited a few times to give some of that me against the world answers. And he's kind of now like it's football, bro. Like it's not me. It's not me and my career. This is my job. I'm a football player. I'm a quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and my job is to do this and to do that. If I want to be one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, it's my job to do this and do that. He's not. It doesn't seem like he's looking at this anymore like my career. You know what I'm saying? That's a mistake that a lot of people make is my career. I have to do this. Like they're playing football like they're playing Madden superstar mode. Like they're trying to have the best stats. They're trying to have as much reps or whatever so they can put the stats up. Stop focusing on that. Focusing on being the best player that you can be at your position and the best way you can help your team. Sometimes that is the same thing. Sometimes being the best player at your position is being the best player to help your team, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes being the best teammate or being the best player to help your team isn't exactly going to be the player that's going to be the best player to help your stats. Sometimes that's not the case. You have to understand it's about winning games, and winning games takes different things at different times. That's why a lot of people or a lot of fans will sit here and be like, "Oh, your offense, you thought your offense was good, but look at your offense only scored 20 points and blah 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 whatever." Or they'll be mad that Baker didn't, only had one touchdown and da 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 da. Who cares about that? None of that matters. The stats of what Baker has, oh, he one touchdown and one interception. He ain't that good. None of that matters. None of that matters. It doesn't matter if we're ranked the number one offense. It don't matter if we're ranked the number one defense. None of that matters. What matters is the game plan for the player, the team you're about to play, and can you execute it to the T? Executing it doesn't matter if the game plan isn't good. That's where the coaching comes in. We had a great game plan. And guess what? Our coaches have trained our players so well and developed our youngsters so well that even with injuries, we were able to execute at a high level. And because of that, we were able to beat the Detroit Lions today. Now, this game plan might not work for the Saints. This game plan might not work for who do we play next? I don't even know who we play next. Let's see who we play next. Let's see. Buccaneers 2020 season. No, 24. Let's see. 24 schedule. Who do we play next? Oh, is it the Broncos? We play the Broncos next, bro. We play the Broncos next. Now, this game plan might not work for the Broncos, which it probably could. I mean, I'm more than sure this ain't going to be the game plan, but I don't think the Broncos are like that. So, I probably any game plan we put out will be able to beat the Broncos. Let me see what the Broncos look like today. What they do today. Let's see. Oh, they barely started. Okay, 0-7 Broncos. Oh, good. I could watch that while I start cooking. But yeah, my point is fans think that it's all about stats, and they think every week your stats have to be good so you're a good team. That's not football. That's not real. That's not reality. That's not smart football, at least. There might be dumb coaches out there. There might actually be dumb coaches out there that think that they have to put up high points and your defense has to do the best or else you're not showing that you're good. Those coaches are idiots. It's not about that. What it's about is understanding what your offense can do. Think of a game plan that's going to get you a certain amount of points and have a defensive game plan that's going to keep the other team under that amount of points that you think your offense is going to be able to score. And if you are able to execute that, you can beat any team. You can beat any team. And today we beat a good Lions team. We beat a good Lions team. And honestly, some people will sit there and say we slid right by them or we won by the skin of our teeth, and I would have to disagree. I would have to disagree. I believe we were in full control of that game. Our defense was in full control. And not only that, our offense was ready to explode. The only reason why our offense was able to stay at bay was because of Hutchinson and our tackle, our right tackle. It's the only reason. If it wasn't for that, I believe our offense would have exploded as well. So I believe we were in full control of that game, and they were able to make the game close. But we didn't barely beat the Lions. We didn't skim by the skin of our teeth. We beat them, or we just got lucky. It was nothing like that. We had control of the game and we beat the Lions. And the Lions never controlled. They had the lead one time, and on the very next possession, we took the lead right back. They had the lead one time in the third quarter, and we took the lead right back on the very next possession, and they lost. We were in complete control of this game. The whole time we seemed like the better team. We seemed one step ahead of them the whole time. They didn't do anything better than us besides a fourth down conversion, and that's only because we never tried a fourth down. I don't think we tried a fourth down conversion. That's the only thing they did better than us, and that's because we didn't try. Besides that, we did better at everything. So this was a really good win by a good team whose stock is going up, and I believe people are going to look at the Bucs, and I wouldn't doubt it if people still don't believe in the Bucs. I wouldn't doubt it. People look at this and be like, "Oh, every any given Sunday." Okay, that's what a lot of people might look at this. Any given Sunday, hey, Lions just lost. It was just a Sunday. The Lions lost. They just didn't show up today. Any given Sunday, Bucs just happen to win. They're not going to look at this like the Bucs, man. You got to be careful. Now you'll have Good Morning America, Good Morning Football. That their job is to basically hype up every fan base. So Good Morning Football is going to say it. They'll say that, and not only that, but I do think they know ball over there. I do think Good Morning Football knows ball over there. Their job is to hype up every team, but they also no ball, and they also been keeping their eye on the Bucs. They know what we've been doing with the Bucs because they're really cool with Jason Light, and they actually know what we've been doing, and they know, hey, the Bucs are not no joke. Everybody else is sleeping on them. But when you look at the other shows, all the first takes and all that stuff, first things first, all that crap. They'll probably still gonna sleep on us. They're probably still gonna sleep. Oh, the Bucs, or they'll probably say the Lions are not what we thought the Lions were, or the Lions might have took a step back because of what happened with the Rams, and now now the Bucs beat them. But it's fine. Let them sleep. I really don't care. Big Al, hopefully we get Luke back next week. I hope so, man. I hope so. But even if we don't, in fact, we probably should rest him. It don't matter. I'm glad we play Denver. We should be able to beat Denver. Broncos next. He had a rushing touchdown also. Yes, you should do all 22 cast. Probably not, bro. I don't got time no more. Congrats on the W by Original Panthers Fan Podcast. Yes, sir, Mr. T Money 1993. Take Dave back.
Hello, darkness, my old
Oh my gosh.
Hello, darkness, my
We do not want Dave Canellis back. We do not want Dave Canellis back. Listen, I try to tell y'all, bro. And y'all, you know what the bad part is? You know what the bad part is? Yes, I guarantee, Tampa Bay Rays fan, I guarantee. He made Bryce regress. I didn't even watch you guys' game today. I'm gonna have to watch those games. Wow, he made Bryce regress. Wow, I told you guys what happened with Baker, it wasn't Dave. The only thing Dave did was he has some nice plays. But Dave didn't make Baker better. He didn't. I told you guys that. And again, I don't even think you guys understand how bad of an adjuster he is because you guys aren't even competitive enough to get mad at something Dave did because he didn't adjust right. You're not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing. Dave is not even doing good enough for you guys to be competitive in a game, for you guys to understand that he needs to adjust to something because no matter what he's doing, he's starting off bad. So you haven't even got really to what I'm saying, but we all Buck fans said, we don't think he's ready to be a head coach. I don't think he understands how to be a head coach. I don't think he knows what it takes to be a head coach. He has the vibes, and even the whole being happy all the time, he don't even know how to do that right. Our players, I wouldn't say our players were mad about it, but Baker called him a happy, what do you call him? A good vibe bully or something like that. Positive bully. He called him a positive bully. In other words, like, there's times to be mad. There's times to get on people. You can't just be positive all the time, bro. That's annoying. You can't be positive, positive, positive. There's got to be times where bro, being a coach is like being a parent, period. I've said it. Bill Belichick said it. Being a coach is like being a parent. You can't always be the happy parent, let's have fun parent. You can't. You have to be able to lay the hammer down. You have to discipline. You have to Be mad sometimes. You have to show that you're serious. You mean business. Dave doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to be a coach yet. We already had no deep threat. Now we have no intermediate passing game. Dang. Bryce isn't that good. He not, but he looks worse than last year, which I didn't think was possible. Dang. Are they in the run pass stage yet? No. Oh, I guess yes. Maybe Canellis needs a quarterback that fits his offense and they need some receivers. No, that's not it. X and can't convert third downs no matter how short it is. Man, I actually feel bad for the Saint fans, bro. I actually feel bad for the Saint fans. Let's go over real quick. Let's just see. Rams. Okay, let's see what the score is. So Thursday night football, Bills beat up the Dolphins literally and figuratively, 31-10. Excuse me. No. Um, Raiders beat the Ravens. What? Raiders beat the Ravens 26-23. I was gonna stay away from that. Chargers beat the Panthers 26-3. That was a game that I was gonna bet on. There was a couple games that I wanted to bet on, but I decided not to because I wasn't sure because of the point spreads were too high. Saints whooped on the Cowboys 44-19. I can't believe that, man. I definitely wasn't betting on that game. I felt like that game could go either way, and it went one way. Colts lost to the Packers. I wasn't going to bet on that game either. I wasn't sure about that game, but they lost to the Packers 10-16. The Browns beat the Jaguars. Jeez, man. Jaguars, it's got to be Trevor Lawrence. I didn't see no game but the Bucs, but it's got to be Trevor Lawrence, man. 13 points. They Browns beat the Jaguars 18-13. 49ers lost to the Vikings 23-17. What? I'm glad I didn't bet because that was a game that I was comfortable with betting and taking the points as well. The Panthers and this game was one of the two games that I was comfortable with betting and taking the points. And I would have lost with this 40. The 49ers would have cost me the game, cost me the parlay. Seahawks beat the Patriots 23-20. Okay, that's decent. I could see that happening. Jets beat up the Titans 24-17. Okay, I can see that happening. And the Giants lost to the Washington Commanders 18-21. That was another game I was going to bet, but I didn't because I didn't like the spread. I didn't like what the spread was. And I believe the Jets against the Titans was the other. Those were the four games that I was going to bet. The Jets versus the Titans. No, actually, no, it wasn't that. It wasn't the Jets. It was the Commanders versus the Giants, the Niners versus the Vikings. I thought I had that for sure. I thought everyone was going to take the Niners, and I thought that was a shoe-in. And the Panthers versus the Chargers, I had that. And the other one I was going to bet was the Eagles Monday night game, Eagles versus the Falcons. But the point spread was too high for me, so I didn't like the point spread for the Eagles game, and I didn't like the point spread for the Washington Commanders game. So I decided not to bet this week. But those would have been the four games I would have bet, and I would have been right. Just like last week, I bet four games, and I was completely right, except the Colts were within 2 points. So I needed the Colts to lose to the Texans by 3 points or more, and they only lost by 2 points, so I didn't win my parlay. But this parlay, if I would have actually went through it, I would have lost because the 49ers didn't win at all, not even cover. And what was the other one? And I still don't know about the Eagles and the Falcons, but I'm pretty sure the Falcons are not going to beat the Eagles. Just based off of what I know about the Eagles and what I know about the Falcons, I don't think the Falcons are going to beat the Eagles. He can't even get Thielen targets. He had 100 catches last year. Linebacker Dennis is stepping up big time, more speed than Britt. Yes, this is why I told you. Don't get me wrong. I love Brittman, and I think he's a fighter, and I think he should stay with the Bucs for a long time. I think KJ Britt should be our William Golston. The guy that he's not the starter that's a splash play guy, but he's there when we need him and he knows how to play and he plays at a good starting level. He's not someone you want to be your guy, but to fill in for somebody, he can do the job and he can do it very good as a starter. But Dennis is already showing that he's already the guy. Like he can change plays. He is someone that can make a difference. KJ Britt can just do the job. KJ Britt doesn't make a difference. He just does his job. Dennis can make a difference, and we're already seeing that. Chiefs Bengals, good game right now. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Derek Carr looking like Breeze right now. That's a fact. I picked Browns to win. Any team that got good corners to play man and pass rush still. Jets had a 97-yard TD, and Purdy looked like crap with no CMC to check down. Really, again? Britt is another mentor. Mentor did his job too. I like that. I agree. Shout out to Mentor. Mentor did his job as well. But that's going to do it for me, man. I appreciate everybody that's on here. We had like 20 people at one time. Please hit the like button on your guys' way out. Do me that favor. Show a little bit of love. I need to text a few people that's been texting me, and I need to start cooking and get ready for Monday. It's your man RTP here with the Pewter and Red podcast. I'll see you guys next time I see you guys. Deuce.